What's going on, everyone? So I have a little project that I just did a few days ago, so it's still a mess. I still have to make the box for all this, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to hook up a car radio with speakers to nothing but a computer power supply. So if you have a spare computer power supply lying around that works, obviously, you can hook up a radio with speakers. I only have 2 speakers because I only had 2 laying around left over, but I'm going to show you all you have to do. So let's see if I can zoom in here so you guys can take a looky. Like I said, it's a mess. This is actually my work table. But right here, one thing that I'm going to recommend you to do is get a standard older fan. As you can see right here, this is an older computer fan right here, and it actually had a 4-pin Molex connected to it. So what I did was I cut the wire off and cut the one end off and hooked it in. So I can show you with this right here. So this normally has a fan in it right here, and what I did was I cut the fan off. So you have a female and male. So all you would have to do is cut this off, and the let me find out where it is. Okay, it's right here. So what you want is the female side, as you can see right here. And all I did was, the yellow is your 12-volt power. Your black is ground. So what you want to do is hook up your yellow and red off of your aftermarket radio, which is your constant 12 volts, and your switch 12 volts, or your accessory. Hook them both into the yellow 12-volt wire on your 4-pin Molex, and your black is going to go to black for ground. And they're the only two they're the only 2 wires that you need off the power supply. Now the reason I did it like this is so I can unalter, leave my spare power supply unaltered. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug this right into here. Okay, so that's plugged in. Now my power supply still is not plugged in though. As you can see, it's laying right over there. It's a mini ITX style power supply. So all I'm going to do, I just kick the camera, is plug it in. And obviously you're going to need something to trip the power supply. Now you can just jump the 2 pins that you need to, or get a jumper pin that you usually get with water cooling kits to bleed the system of air without running anything else. Or you can get a power supply tester like what I have right here, which is really nice because it tells me all the information on it. So anyways, back to this. So now that I have the power supply tested, and obviously I got the left and right speaker wired into the radio. So let's power her on. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Now, right now I have a whining coming from it. I assume that, I'm going to have to turn this down. It automatically goes to radio and static. So this is a head unit that I actually did a review on. I have no purpose for it, so I figured might as well put it in here. So let's see if this works. I'm going to plug that in. We're going to go to, it's already going to do it for me. Not aux. I want to do USB, you bastard. There we go, media. Okay, well, as you guys can see, the quality of this radio. Okay, so it does not work with a USB drive, because this head unit sucks. Alright, so I'm going to get my phone then.
What's up, guys?
Okay, there we go. I'm just doing Paul's Hardware real quick because it's the first thing that popped up.
1800X processor. This is actually the entire media reviewers kit that they were giving out to media. So people like myself who were at their recent event that they held in San Francisco. And they've also been shipping it to a bunch of independent reviewers as well for people who weren't able to make it to that event.
So as you can see, it works beautifully, minus this little whining that I'm getting. I'm thinking it has to do with some, the wires being close together. Also running off of a, lower quality power supply and a very low quality radio, let's be honest. But it does work. So if you really, don't have a stereo, but you got a, spare car radio and 2 speakers and a spare power supply, this is how you can do it. Also, you can bench test, speakers or radio like this. And this is actually going to turn into a future project. I'm actually going to make a small, vehicle / car electronic test bench where I'm going to be able to easily swap out the radio, swap out the speakers, and have a separate one for amp testing, sub testing, different stuff like that, because I do a lot of work with car electronics. But that's nor here nor there. This is, just showing you how easy it is to hook up a car radio in a house. And you can get shitty, low quality power supplies for really cheap. To be honest, you can probably get one for $10-15, if not free, if you go on Craigslist and just find a crappy old computer that has a functional power supply, because you don't need anything new. You don't need anything all that powerful, but all you need is this 4-pin Molex. And I don't think you're ever going to find a power supply that is still functioning that doesn't have a 4-pin Molex. So you should be good with any power supply you can find. That's about it.
Looks like you made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to throw a comment down below. And around my face will be some other videos you can watch. Have a good one.